Hey, welcome back to the Tips channel. So today we're going to be looking at Olight's Warrior Mini 2 flashlight. So first of all, I like how easy it is to get into the box. Kind of really cool setup they have there. Really simple. Alright, the flashlight right on top. Let's go look and see what's inside the box real quick. So you have a quick readme here. Alright, you have the user manual. A lanyard, which is kind of a thick rubbery lanyard, not your standard lanyard that you usually get with flashlights. That's really cool. Actually, I kind of like that. All right, then it has a carabiner. It's kind of funny there. Got a laugh out of that. Not for climbing. So if you're into rock climbing, they do not recommend you use their carabiner for rock climbing. Anyways, it is actually a pretty hefty, like keychain there, carabiner. So that's really cool. Kind of like that. All right, then the charging cable, also really unique. You can easily tell that this is a, basically it's like wireless, because what it does is it's magnetic. It just attaches like that. And then you can charge the flashlight that way. And of course this side is USB. So you just plug that in, and that way, the thing I like about that is it's extra waterproof, you can say, because flashlights that have a USB-C port, micro USB port, they always have the little rubber port cover that if you don't close all the way, then you actually risk your flashlight getting damaged if it gets wet. Whereas this way, there's literally no ports, nothing to open, nothing to close. You just snap it on there and it charges up. And they actually have several different options for their chargers. They have a multi-charger that you can basically put on your nightstand or desk or wherever. And then you can actually, you can charge several at once. And so if you have different Olight flashlights, you just toss them on there and they all charge together at the same time. So that's pretty cool that they have that kind of option. The other thing is, and something I was thinking about, is if you put this in your pack, so if you carry this in your EDC pack, something that you take out with you every once in a while, the issue is without having the USB-C port is, usually people carry a USB cable of some kind to back up, to charge. And so actually they have this right here. They call this their O port. And so you can easily carry. It's also got a little carabiner on it. So easily you can carry. And so what this is it's literally just a little USB-C port here. So let me go ahead and demonstrate that. So basically if you're carrying this flashlight somewhere where you want to have a spare USB-C cable, basically what you do is you plug that in, and then you can plug this into whatever power source you have, and the flashlight just pops on there. All right, and so that makes a lot more sense, being able to do that. You can see a green light, maybe not really see it. Anyways, that makes a lot more sense instead of carrying a dedicated cable just for one flashlight. So anyways, something really cool that they thought of, that little O port there. All right, so this flashlight has a max output of 1,750 lumens. It has 2 buttons, which is actually really cool. The side button, it returns always back to whatever your last choice was. And so if you choose to put it on Moonlight, which to access Moonlight, you press and hold down the button, and it gives you literally just 1 lumen, which that's like, it can last up to 45 days using just the 1 lumen. And then if you turn it off, turn it back on, it's gonna go back to that same. So it's actually a really friendly user interface with the memory. And then to go between the different brightnesses, you just push hold on the button. It goes to low, medium, then high. Then actually to go into the turbo, you just double click and it immediately takes you into the turbo, which is, like I said, 1,750 lumens. But then it also on the back it has another button. And if you press it down just halfway, it takes into like a medium. Whereas if you click it all the way, it goes into the turbo. And so it's interesting having the 2 different options like that. That way you can have your basic, your preference. If you prefer just to be constantly on, like say medium like this, then every time you turn it on and off, it'll stay on that your same choice. Whereas if you want immediately turbo, then you just push the back and you get the turbo. So that's really cool. All right, another major thing about this is it has this proximity sensor. As you notice on top, that little black. And you're gonna say, why do I need a proximity sensor on a flashlight? It's actually important because if you're carrying this in your backpack and you have 2 buttons, there's a good chance that you're going to get a button pushed and you're accidentally turn on your flashlight. And then what happens? Well, let me demonstrate a different flashlight, also from Olight. This is the Olight. This is their S2R Baton 2. And if you turn this on to the turbo, and this is in your backpack, what's going to happen is it's going to basically start heating up and start melting anything dark colored. All right, so you can start seeing that smoke starting to rise. And so this will really quickly, all right, you can see that literally burned a little ring. And I wasn't touching, that was just at a short distance. And so in your backpack, that can actually cause a lot of trouble. So with this flashlight, that proximity sensor, what it does, and hopefully I'll be able to see this on the camera. All right, so we have the turbo. Put this up to this. And what it's going to do is it's going to step down to the next setting. All right, so it goes bright. Then as soon as it gets close, I don't know if you can really see on that. Once it gets close to something, what it does, all right, can you see? I think you see like that. So when it gets close to something, it's going to take it down to the next setting. And that helps it not actually burn. That's what that proximity sensor does. And actually also if you leave that, like I say, in your backpack, and so if you leave that for 60 seconds, turned on like this, next to something, it's going to turn off automatically. And so let's go ahead and give it 60 seconds real quick, and we'll see if it does that. All right, so the 60 seconds timed out and turned off automatically. So once again, that's just a safety feature to make sure you're not burning a hole in your pocket or in your backpack, anything like that. All right, so it also has the clips. I like I already said, I like the blue. It looks really great with the black. But these are both removable, and so you can pull that off. And so if you don't like a clip, that is easily removable. Also, it has the double-sided clip, and so whichever way you want to hook it up, you want to go in that way or this way, it goes both ways. I like when they do that. That's really convenient. Then on the back, towards the tail here, they have the actual key ring, and this also is removable, which again, I like that that is removable. And so if you don't use a key ring, you don't use the lanyard, then what you do is you just basically remove it. And so I like that they basically give that option. So that's really convenient. All right, this is also IPX8. And so let's go ahead and we'll open this up. I'll show you the battery real quick. It takes an 18650 battery. So you see their battery, they're from Olight. And it's nice that they have a replaceable battery. And so if your battery does die, you can swap it out. You don't have to buy an all new flashlight. All right. So we can see they have the O-ring. So let's go ahead and make sure that this is tightened all the way down. And we'll toss it in the water. Like I said before already, without having the charging port cover, it's a little bit more convenient. You don't have to worry about that rubber piece being closed. So we'll go ahead and turn this on. Let's go take it up to the high setting. And we'll toss it in. Good. We'll turn this off, turn it back on. All right, see it works underwater. All right, let's open this up now and see if we can see any water. It's under the lens. I don't see any water. So the battery. And also I don't see any water here in the battery compartment. And once again, the IPX8 is intended for like 2 meters, like an hour and a half underwater. And so our little water test there, it's honestly, it should be a really simple test. Any flashlight with any kind of water rating should pass that. All right, so next thing we're gonna do, we'll take this outside and we'll do a little brightness test and we'll be back in. All right, we're gonna start off with the Moonlight. This is just 1 lumen. It's just barely enough to see the bricks in front of me. All right, then we'll go ahead and go to the low, which low is just enough to barely see the ground in front of you. All right, then medium. This is high. And this is the turbo. All right, so you can see the 1,750 lumens actually does really well on shining and illuminating. So this flashlight costs $90. I'll include a link to this in the description of the video. But also, if you go into the Olight site, a lot of times you'll notice they have a lot of really good discounts. In fact, they're running one today, the 21st of April. And so if you are interested in getting this Olight Warrior Mini 2 or some other products, then today's a really good day to check that out. I think it's like their 15th anniversary. And so they usually have a lot of good discounts, a lot of good deals, and they have a lot of good, basically where they'll sell like a set of items, a set of like different flashlights, and you can find like these charging ports and stuff, and they'll sell them together. And actually they have a lot of good deals like that a lot of times. So anyways, be sure to go check that out, and let me know what you think about the Olight Warrior Mini 2. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.